Joining us is Chris Cole and the Pennwoods Perspective. Chris, you have a new product on the market, Omega Boost. Can you explain to the listeners a little bit about the Omega Boost product?
Okay, so Omega Boost is a omega-3 product. And if you're not familiar with omega-3 products, omega-3s are made up of three basic things, all which are you can't pronounce them. So I'm going to use acronyms. Okay.
Yeah, keep it simple.
So the acronyms are ALA, DHA, and EPA. If you think in the past, in the old days with parents and grandparents, they all wanted to use linseed or they wanted to use flax to get their omega-3s. Unfortunately, flax or linseed only have the ALA version of the omega-3s. And the two other versions are the ones that the horses really need a lot, which is the EPA version and the DHA version. So if you feed a fish oil kind of product, which this is, okay, and one of the things that people sort of shy away from that is they can't get horses to eat fish oil kind of products because of the aroma and the taste. But I think we've done a really good job disguising that, and it is a very palatable product. So by feeding the DHA and the EPA version, you get the following things. You get a good product that is an anti-inflammatory. So if you were going to use a steroid or you were going to use a dexamethasone product, this is a very good natural substitution for that. So horses with injuries, they have I had my horse out in pasture, and boy, he's got a limp when he came in, and he's got a bump on his leg. What do you think I should do? Well, this will be like Tylenol, Aleve for you, for your horse. So it's a very good anti-inflammatory. Now, the other place that I think that it will have a really good response is in the breeding and reproductive portion. So, for example, I have a client that had a horse last year that when they collected that horse, the semen count was down and the motility of the sperm was not up to the standards that they wanted to be at the ship. Okay, so 90 days before collection this year, the horse got started on the Omega Boost, and at that first collection where they're getting ready to ship in the middle of January, the sperm count and the motility of that horse in comparison to the data that they had last year at the same time was 100% higher. Okay, so I think there's a really good spot right there. Now, the second thing is they're doing right now a lot of research on human females that if you feed a really good omega-3 EPA DHA version, that it increases the progesterone level of human females. We're now trying this on equine females to see whether it will do the same thing. I can't answer that question. I don't know for sure whether it's going to work or not. If it does, I won't be here next year, guys. I'll still be in Florida. We'll have to do this by Zoom because it'll be such a successful product. I'll be able to stay in Florida the whole time. But it's a really good product.
So let's talk about the product. How does it come in a bag?
It comes in a 5-pound bag, okay, and the feeding, it's got a little scoop in it. So the feeding rate is if you were feeding it to a saddle or a driving horse, it would be scoop morning, scoop evening. If you were feeding it to a draft, it would be twice that much. So my client that used it for the 90 days, a 5-pound bag did that single horse for the 90-day period, and the horse was a draft horse. Okay, so the price is going to be not high, but when you figure out in relationship to what it does, I think it's going to be a pretty good deal.
So it's got multi-uses.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Does it change the way the horse, like the energy level,
the mannerisms?
stuff like that?
No, not really, because the rate's so low. Excuse me.
And you can feed it in conjunction with other minerals.
Right. It's not a standalone product. It's something that you would add on. So and if this gets out to people that were in the Midwest, okay, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're
So in the
worldwide.
mid-
18 countries.
18
here.
countries.
18 or 20
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Humble
So humble. And humble too.
Yeah, humble
And humble. Okay, so they had a lot of that Canadian smoke through the Midwest last year, and there was a lot of respiratory issues. So my veterinary client out there was using that on her horses with respiratory issues. So instead of using clenbuterol and albuterol for the respiratory issues, she substituted this in instead and didn't have to use those pharmaceuticals. So anti-inflammatory in the lungs also. So say, for example, you had a horse that, and I'm getting off track a little bit, but say you had a horse that had EMS. You guys know what EMS is? Mm-hmm. Okay. Some of the repercussions of EMS are, founder, some laminitis. So I had a person that had a slight rotation in the right front foot on the coffin bone, and the horse was living on bute and could barely get around. Okay. We used this product, and in about 10 days, the horse was off bute and wasn't sound, but sound enough that you could barely notice that limp. So anti-inflammatory also. It's just a nice stuff. The thing that's always held this product back is because it's mostly a fish oil kind of thing, and the palatability was a big problem. It is for a lot of people. I just happen to have a really good associate that helped me develop a special flavoring into it that makes it just right on the money.
So anti-inflammatories often cause, or has a chance of causing, ulcers and, some...
All those things.
All
those things.
This here is no worries about that at all.
None at all.
All natural.
All natural. None at all. You don't get these terrible side effects of, like, and I got Gary Neberdahl sitting right beside me, and his brother's one of the best vets around, okay? But you don't get the side effects of those pharmaceuticals like dexamethasone, okay, where it does exactly what you want it to do until your horse has got laminitis.
Now, I've been shoeing horses all week, and my back's a little sore. Do I put some in my own coffee? Or?
You could. You could if you wanted to. Don't use this product. It's a little gritty.
Okay. Just buy
the stuff over the counter.
Okay. But it is something that's been proven to work.
Yeah.
Like they sell it at a lot of pharmacies.
Oh,
I know.
heck yeah.
Fish oil, if you can
Yep.
choke it down.
Well, that's. I'm telling you guys, that's the problem forever, and it doesn't matter whether it's horses or people.
Right.
It's a matter of finding some way to disguise it so that we as humans or your horses will consume it.
Right.
And I think we did a pretty good job.
All right. Thanks,
Hey,
Chris.
That's awesome.
This quarter's Pennwoods Perspective.